Welcome back, everybody, to Friend or Foe, Week 2, Day 1 of the Heroic League. Game 4 on the blue side, we have Pentakill Teemo, while on the red side, we have Team Azurth. Same as last game, I'm Whirler, along with Therocles, and we are here to walk you through the final game of the night.
This is the match I've been waiting for today between Team Pentakill Teemo, please, and Team Azurth. I've literally played against 9 out of the 10 players currently playing in this match today. I've got some info for you guys. I've got flashbacks to tell you about. And more importantly, actually, I don't have anything else important. That's it. That is the important thing. That's my job here today, okay?
There you have it. As we got a quick ban phase coming here, getting some of the known picks out of here. Nocturne, Kaisa, Tristana, Seraphine out the window. With a few specific bans, one of them less specific, but one of them very particular. This could be player-based if you would like to elaborate on this. The Zed.
The Zed is a nasty pickup because there's 2 people that will play it. One is Hisame, and what they also like to do is Gua is usually the AD carry, will sometimes switch it up and go mid all of a sudden play Zed. I don't think I've ever seen him play a different mid laner other than Zed, and he is one slippery little fellow. His shadow play is phenomenal, his assassin work is incredible. And more particularly, also PTP picking up the Thresh is to make sure that Onbo doesn't get it, I would 100% say.
Looks like Team Azurth is taking a word from the last game. They might be drafting a very similar comp here, as Thresh is going to be locked in for Pentakill Teemo, and Azurth is going to take a page out of what was that team? Oh God, I just drew a blank. If you would like to help me. The Team Yumi's book. They're going to go Galio Jinx for their first 2 picks. Aphelios Thresh being picked on the side of Pentakill Teemo. So already throwing out the bot lane. Already, they're confident. They're saying counter pick me.
I always get nervous when I see an Aphelios pick in our lower division, only because I feel like you spend so much brain power operating this champion that you have to have somebody next to you telling you what to do the whole time. And if you don't, you usually just get so focused on trying to switch out ammo that you make a bunch of missteps or misplays. So, that said, I do think Let's Do Vayne is one of the more mechanically inclined AD carries in our league, and he loves picking up those champions like Vayne and stuff that will demand that from him. It's a matter of if he's going to perform. The PTP we're seeing this season is a lot different than what we've seen last season, and I would really like to see them kind of get back into that shape and that strong performance. But from what we saw last week, some of the games were not quite what they could have been.
Is going to be the Orianna picked up for Pentakill Teemo, as well as responded with the mid Syndra on the side of Team Azurth. These are 2 very, very well-known control mages. We haven't been seeing too much of them recently. We did see a Syndra last game. However, these are 2 very, I want to say, niche champions in the meta right now, in the mid lane specifically.
Yeah, I mean, I said it last draft too, where I was Syndra coming through was kind of strange. I don't want to say strange, but very, very rare. We're not seeing it often, and having it jump up in this second game is also interesting as well. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe their plan is just to push Aura and Aphelios, but I think Orianna is such a huge threat that it doesn't justify it. And they're really just zone controlling. Like, it's hard to run up on a Jinx if you have a Syndra Galio that's going to stop you at every time.
Righty, and with the top and jungle being left on Pentakill Teemo, it looks like they're going to be focusing more on the jungle, as Team Azurth does ban the Lilia and the Hecarim, where inversely on Pentakill Teemo's side, they're going to get the Set and the Ivern off the table. Notably, this could be this is kind of confirming that they are, with the Syndra pick, that they are going to be throwing Galio into the support role, unless they're throwing in a stick in the, unless they're throwing a quick stick in the plan and bringing him into the jungle like they did with the Morgana last game, as it is going to be Camille coming out to kind of solidify that pick as a support. So it is going to be Jinx Galio versus Aphelios Thresh. Very early picks for a bot lane, as it is going to be Camille on Team Azurth and leaving the jungle up for grabs. And then it's going to be the final 2 for Pentakill Teemo. Let's see what they decide to pick. And it is going to be Malphite. So Camille Malphite, very kind of a very even, what's it called? Pick order coming in here, where after every pick, the opposite pick is going to be in the same role.
Yeah. I think our producer said it the best. Is they're going for the Bronzodia. So I think that's what they're going for. Like we have so far like one character on each side that just is a little more high skilled than the others, or maybe two with its Kane. Yeah, Kane's locked in, so never mind. There goes my whole theory. Just kidding. But anyway, I was gonna say the Camille pickup. We've seen it from K1Z, I think is his name now. Last season was known as Strawberry. I've seen them perform on that Camille before. Really good at getting those flanks, and in really fast switch up onto the Graves is really surprising. I was actually talking to some casters earlier, and one of them said that literally picking Graves right now is just a giant bait.
And I tend to agree with that. I feel like Graves in the jungle meta right now is not that strong of a pick as especially he used to be. He definitely shined brighter in past days. However, Kane, not too bad of a matchup, I feel like, for either side. This is going to definitely play more to how the lanes sort of flow. These are two champions, one definitely stronger at ganking, one more stronger at dueling. And I feel like Graves by himself isn't that strong of a ganker himself. However, Kane kind of covers both playing fields pretty well. Isn't the best duelist, but can perform. Is very good utilizing that E to go through walls and set up a decent gank for himself. I'm very interested to see how this will play out. What are your predictions for this game?
Okay, just kind of based off what I know in the draft and kind of how things are going, I was going to have to say that my vote is going to go over to Team TAS.
Alrighty, we've seen this jinx before. We'll see it again. We'll see how it will play out too. Definitely not the same kind of matchup where it's two late game AD carries duking it out. Aphelios is definitely centered more around the mid game, and definitely less centered around late game. Can perform. Definitely not as strong as a jinx. So it is definitely to Pentakill's Teemo degree to sort of keep this one quick. As we load into game one, my prediction, by the way, is also going to be Team Azurith. We'll see how that plays out, as it is going to be the start of the game. No clear invades coming from either side. It is going to be both teams sort of spread out of the map, not in a 5-point way, just in a normal. You ever play solo queue? It's looking like how this is gonna. They're chilling, relaxing, having a breather before minions spawn, as it is going to be a very interesting start out to this game. How do you feel about chilling Smite on Kane as opposed to Red Smite in terms of what he's going to be picking? Is this sort of a telltale that he's going to be definitely edging towards Shadow Assassin, or is Darkin also useful to the chilling Smite as well?
I would say it's absolutely Italian to go towards the assassin, especially if like the main thing they have to deal with is Jinx. If you can pop out of a wall before anyone can respond, I don't know exactly what the rest of the team's going to do. I mean, Graves sure has some strong in K1ZZ, but it's really going to be on them to be able to set that up for success, because even if you just pick off the Jinx and Kane jumps back through a wall, then you're just down a player. So I would be careful about that, and that would be the plan I would go with.
It is going to be the blue start for the Graves and the chicken start for the Kane, giving the blue bot lane that sweet first push to hopefully hit level 2. That way Aphelios can not only become a champion, but we can get some Thresh hook play action coming out from the side of was that Pentakill Teemo, as it looks like Malphite looking to trade with that Comet up in the top lane. Camille not taking that for granted, going to trade back as well. Got a very calm, but not calm at the same time, sort of a level 1 going from both sides, as level 2 is going to come out in a couple more minions from Pentakill Teemo. It is actually, despite getting there first, it's going to be the Team Azurith getting level 2 first, getting a great push, and actually going to get level 2 way before Team Pentakill can even respond, forcing the flash out of Thresh already.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they were exactly counting the minions exactly, but Thresh was playing very far up to be that behind in the minion discrepancy to hit level 2. But it looks like Gravios coming in here for something cheeky, maybe?
Ooh, a good stun up from
Oh, there
Camille,
you
gonna get
go.
a lot of damage, and it's gonna be Kane jumping onto the Jinx, forcing the flash out. No heal just yet. It is going to be Galio getting flash as well, and almost getting hooked back into the fight, but it is not going to be enough. Both flashes are going to be expended at the price of Kane's presence, and it is not going to respond in a kill, but we'll see how those flashes get responded later in the game.
Yeah. And there's the couple things I like about that. One is you took out both of their flashes, so you can definitely come back and repeat with a lot more success. I'm not sure. This is making me uneven. But also, Jinx being the range target, that's going to get you even faster towards that.
Ooh, great response coming out from Team Azareth. Recognizing that Kane is on the crab, he is going to send his mid laner down there first, and Kane is going to have to not only flash, but use the E out of the wall, and Graves is going to smite that away from him. Very, very well called from Team Azareth. Very making great use of his resources. He's going to go for the invade, maybe get some vision, and maybe even catch out the Kane. He's looking, maybe he predicts that Kane's going to be on his Krugs, but doesn't know that he's on the chickens. He's looking to fish him out on the opposite side of the jungle. Isn't going to catch him out just yet, recognizing that he just took the chickens, and Kane will get out very sneakily. That was Mission Impossible right there.
I 100% guarantee you later Yoni comes back and watches this like, wait, how did this happen? And then like literally facepalms so hard from this anime Scooby-Doo film that we just saw unfold. Like, what?
So close to spotting him out, but not just played that vision himself perfectly. A good hook from the Jinx. No flash, does have the heal, but it is not going to be enough. He is going to get first blooded by the Aphelios. Very, very well placed hook from the Thresh. And that is going to be 300 gold. Actually, 400 gold. That is first blood in Aphelios' pocket.
Just really good. Let's watch. Come on, get in there.
Nothing yet, as Kane is going to come into this fight. No mana on the Camille, is going to be forced to bust out the flash, is going to get slowed up a bit. Is he going to go down? Is he going to flash? He can flash and get out of this for free. It's very risky to be, waiting for the hook shot. Actually, kind of well played. I would have flashed there personally, but maybe that's just a skill difference. And it is going to be that minion auto that is going to take the rock down. And Kane is definitely going to be forced to take a tower shot there, but it is not going to be enough. He already did damage to him. That is going to be a double kill for the Graves. Very well played. Very good response to the gank.
Okay, yeah.
We are going to see how this plays out. Camille walking this one out. Very well played. Gets enough mana to use the hook shot later. Kites him out perfectly. Is going to take damage, but isn't going to be enough to get taken down. Hookshot comes off cooldown, and here comes the Grave. Does land the smoke screen on him, and that caster minion playing for him, as he does recognize that he is going to be in this bush, chase him out. He's going to take a turret shot, and no matter what, he's going to be going down. And that is going to be Graves picking up an early double kill for himself. Maybe this Graves pick, we'll see it. We'll see it come online. Let's see.
Honestly, yeah, and just a little bit of backup. One player I do not want getting this early kind of lead is Yoni. Absolutely last split that we saw him just take leads and just almost carry games independently.
All right, hold on. This one, we're going to have to talk about this one. As Camille and Malphite TP on top of each other, do a very nice trade, but Camille is going to lose out on that after taking 2 tower shots and almost dying for it. Graves is going to reset the blue buff away from the Kane. Kane is going to be fighting in 1v1. There's 2 1v1s coming on both fronts. Yoni, having a shutdown, is actually going to be losing this to the Kane, but a good response from the Camille with the flash hook shot is going to get him stunned up and killed. And Syndra coming up with the response as well is going to be a 1-for-1 trade, is not going to give over the shutdown. So I feel like that would be not necessarily worth, but definitely not worst case scenario for Team Azareth.
Okay, yeah, bust out your maracas because we have another fiesta going on. Okay, it literally just starts out one way, and then I don't know if teams are just committing or just not wanting to.
Good hook onto the Thresh to respond to those auto attacks. Is going to miss the Aphelios Q. Thresh is going to be going down, but Jinx is going to be taken very low. The Ignite on top of him is going to bust out the heal, getting a little bit of movement speed and the flash, but it's not going to be enough. Lands the Q. But the potion is going to tragically be enough to keep the Jinx alive. And the greedy AD carry, I myself will take the blame. I do that too. He's going to flash forward, get knocked up under tower, and Galio is going to pick up both kills in that fight.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but after that kind of play, if I was, the Aphelios, I'd be in what we call the upside down. The tilt for me is clearly oh my lord, I can't even imagine. Like you just want that kill so bad, you flash forward and still. Oh, hold
Woo!
up,
Great hook.
Avenger.
Almost under tower. Isn't going to be enough, but will force the flash out of the Jinx.
Okay, it's not bad. It's the little things, It's the little
It's
things.
it is the little things that matter. As we have confirmed, Aphelios is playing upside down right now. Definitely a little tilted after that one. However, all hope is not lost. Despite having both kills on the support, Jinx will get a little bit of gold. Does the knock up onto the Malphite, gets a little bit of a trade going with the Sheen proc, isn't going to be enough. It is going to be bot laners kind of being a little bit even. Ahead in CS, the Aphelios isn't going to be enough to defer any trade. Thresh going for a wide hook is not going to quite land, and it is going to be the 3v2 called off, as Graves is going to look to scoop up this free crab, uncontested, and look to potentially start this Infernal Drake soon. Oh, good, very, very good Lantern. Going for the ward and getting out alive, definitely best case scenario in that case. Good guns on the Aphelios. He's going to look to want a team fight before his Crescendum does go off. As he does have the Crescendum, he's got 4 shurikens swirling around him. Kayn and Thresh scrambling for their lives. Yoni and the Jinx with Galio is going to look to kill this Thresh, but the flash away is going to be enough, and they are going to have to call it off. Aphelios looking to pick up a no, it's going to be called off. Alrighty. Very, very well played by both sides. Hook shot after hook shot. The Rock and the Robot are fighting up there. That is a very intense 1v1 going up there. And he's going to be 40 CS almost down in the top lane.
Yeah, well, if I were you, I'd go ahead and take a drink of water, because I don't think these teams are ever going to let up any moment. I think we're going to fight every 30 seconds. Oh, ooh, good attempt. That's close. But yeah, fights breaking out all over the place. It seems almost a little solo queuey. I mean, as in the fact that nobody is really like working together for like a greater objective. It's literally just I want to be so much better that this becomes a bloodbath, and it's kind of fun to watch. I mean,
yeah, right. As Aphelios does try to steal away that Infernal Drake with the ultimate. Very, very valid attempt. I understand it is not going to happen. However, Graves will smite that away, and that will be 1 Infernal Drink up for the Jinx. Syndra, Graves, everyone kind of likes that, honestly. Even Galio to a degree.
Yeah, I usually don't bring these numbers up too much, but oh, hold on.
Ooh, as a hook gets landed on the Jinx. Jinx is going to take another quarter, but Aphelios is going to get stunned up by the Galio. Isn't going to take the Lantern away, has not been given the opportunity to move and will go down. Thresh with no flash is going to go down as well. It is going to be a quick 2 for 0. Jinx getting these freebie kills is going to get into the game a lot faster. Maybe faster than the last Jinx. And who knows, a fed Jinx is scary because the more items that champion has, the scarier the game gets.
Yeah. I think that honestly just came down to the just not respecting your lane opponent, because Aphelios did not have flash, but more importantly, Onbo, our good friend Galio here, did have flash, which means you can't play that far up. You can't be in a Galio's face if you have no movement at all. Like, it's just not going to work for you.
It will definitely end the way we saw, as Camille taking the blue ward. And Malphite Kayn coming over the wall with an Orianna behind him, hook shotting out. Is it going to be enough to get out? He is going to flash away, and they are going to call it off there. Ooh, chasing him out. He said, "You're going to blow your flash for that pink ward, my friend." And they're going to take a pink ward back. As Galio looking to support here, is going to be the taunt onto the Thresh. Thresh whapping him with the flay magic damage. Isn't going to be enough to take down the shield. Is going to land the Q, and it will be not a lot of damage, but definitely more damage than was received.
Okay, kind of cool. I think Graves is taking the red and the chickens at once there, so that was cool. Hopefully that worked out. Oh yeah, he's doing it. He's a professional jungler, guys.
The big raptor actually did get de-aggroed, unfortunately. However, it is going to be quickly brought back up. Was smoke screened, so he doesn't have that for potentially this mid fight that might come down, as both supports are in the mid lane. Kane with the E that just wore off isn't able to quite get in there just yet. They're looking to make a sort of a Rift. Yep, it's going to be a Rift Herald play, as Yoni is going to aggro it. He could potentially just solo this, but there is a few blue team champions around to maybe respond to this. As a couple pings come out, maybe a fight will break out. Nope, just gonna lantern the jungler to safety as it appears the Rift Herald is going to be reset per Yoni. Isn't too much happening, despite a lot happening. Not too much is going to come out of it, as Yoni is going to meet the rock in the bush, going to get a lot of damage onto him. Isn't going to be enough to kill him. He's going to blow the ultimate, as Malphite also tries to ultimate to get away. Isn't going to be enough. A good Galio ulti coming out. I've seen this before, as Kane is going to have to smite the blue buff, take the lantern, and get away. Very good response from the Galio. Definitely had to play that one safer than wanted, as the hook shot from Camille could go out. Is going to land onto the Thresh, is going to stun him up. The wall, or the box rather, is going to slow him up. He's going to flash away from the taunt. It is not going to be enough to start as a 1v1 in the bot lane. If Felios comes out on top of that, I'd like to see that one again, as the red team looks like they're going to back off.
Interesting. Okay.
So down to the bot lane, we got Jinx pushing him in. Is going to be a Felios clearing up this wave. Jinx should back here. However, she is going to go for some tower damage, look to get a plate. What is Aphelios going to do here? He does have ultimate up, and both summoners, both AD carries have both summoners. Good Q from the Aphelios is going to get a Severum Q on top of it, and the Crescendum stacks is going to do a lot of damage, and it will be enough to take him down. All summoners expended in that trade.
That, I think, is the Aphelios dream that everyone always tries to pull off. It's perfect for when your long-range weapon is about to end, and then you literally get the... I'm not as smart as you with these terms, but the crescendums with the red one literally just procs... Yeah, Severum, that's what it is. And then it just procs all of the little chakrams to all come out at once, and then you literally just explode the person that you're fighting. So that is fantastic when you can pull it off.
Definitely very well played. There are two guns on Aphelios that I just love running when I have Crescendum, and that's Infernum, the blue one, and Severum, the red one. Severum's a little bit more even with Calibrum, which is going to be the green one, the first one you get in the game, because and they're both inverse for both purposes. We're going to see that Ice Rock make its way to the base to hit Camille. We're going to see that health bar drop in the top corner. There it is. Boom. That's always fun to watch. When you have Infernum, if you queue anything, whether it's a minion, a champion, or both, you get a Crescendum or you get a Chakram for each individual unit hit. And it is so fun to throw out a Q from the Infernum, switch over to Crescendum when you're starting a fight, and you get so much bonus damage. Same with Severum. If you get a fully channeled Severum Q, also does the same thing as a knockup from the Kane. Is going to start this fight off. It is going to be Galio jumping right onto the Aphelios, forced to bump out the Infernum ult, is going to go down to the Jinx. Jinx also kiting off the Thresh, is going to get hooked in with the Ori Shockwave. Shockwave, he's going to be knocked up, and he's going to go down as well. Malphite coming in with the one-man or one-man, three-man knockup is going to take the Galio down as well. It is going to be Kane in the middle of the fray. He is not Shadow Assassin, by the way. That is a Darkened Kane. And it is going to be the Syndra stun. Very well-placed Syndra stun. Going to make this a 4-for-2 for Team Azrith, right as the Ocean Drake comes up.
Woo! All right, that was a lot of good stuff happening. I'm kind of surprised at the Kane Darken choice, but that's okay. It's not too bad if you want to try and slow things down and make them work front to back. I think ultimately Jinx is a better front to backer though, so kind of questionable on that. But moving into that, looks like we're going to have a Mountain Soul, which is going to be pretty good on the side of Jinx too, getting out some more extra rocks to try and get a little bit more angles, try and give yourself some safety.
Absolutely, and not as beefy as the front line as we had last game for the Jinx, but definitely Galio is nothing to scoff at, especially if he gets two maximum Mountain Drakes under his belt. I believe is it 5% per Drake, or is it 2.5% per Drake? I think it's
I would know things like that. Absolutely.
That would be Ocean Drake. I think it's 8% for Mountain. I'm not too sure on that. We'll have to confirm that as soon as it comes up. However, if it's 4%, then with 2 Mountain Drakes, 8% additional armor and MR on a tank that's building a lot of armor and MR, we'll definitely look to multiply a lot more than a damage-dealing Felios would like to imagine, as a failed engage from the Galio will miss the Thresh a little bit, as well as come short on the taunt himself. Nothing going to happen there. Just kind of bringing it back to a neutral in the bot lane, going to push it into the bot tower. Already 4 plates. In 16 minutes, plates are gone, so that is a very squishy tower to have taken down. Thresh off to the side, looking to make something happen, but they're going to call it off, clear the wave, and reset bot wave. As it appears, the Rift Herald is going to be started again for Graves. We're going to see how this one's going to go. Are they going to finish it? I believe they are, as Malphite does have vision of it. Malphite does see that it is happening. They do not have the resources to put into this, as there's 3 members of the red team on the top side of the map, and only 2, now Kane, showing up a little bit late to the party, but it is not enough to invest resources into stopping the Rift Herald. It's going to go down for Team Azereth.
Yeah, we're slowly starting to see this gap start to appear in the favor of Team Azorth. Are we going to make a play here? Hold on.
He definitely wants to. He's going to get ulted up by the Kayn, and the Malphite himself is going to get ulted by Kayn. Going to show himself through, get 800 gold in his pocket. Does not have the E just yet to get out. Is going to get ulted by Camille as well. Camille is now in a world of trouble. No ultimates to keep him away. A TP from the Syndra is going to respond to this as well, as he is going to get out alive. A Q coming out, not quite going to kill him, not even with the Summonary. And it is going to be Syndra doing a little bit of poke damage. Going to potentially look to dive this. Does have the ultimate. We'll just push the wave under tower and call it there. I noticed that this is not Comet Malphite, Thero. This is actually Airy Malphite.
It absolutely is. Why you would do it, I'm not sure, but it looks like we're going to be back in the fight.
Good knock-up from Kayn. No ultimates to respond to this one, aside from the red team. He is going to throw the ultimate onto the Malphite. He is going to be taken down. A good hook shot, stun up the Kayn. A couple AoE damage abilities from the Syndra. Is going to get knocked up one more time. Give Kayn a little bit of healing, but it is not going to be enough. He will ultimately go down as well.
Woo! All right, let's see if we're going to take a few seconds here to regroup and maybe look for the objective coming through. Maybe okay, good. I was like, come on, give me a minute. Give Whirler a second to breathe. Okay, but coming through after that, this honestly is just like the best way. Is just this is solo queue. There's fighting, but there's not much purpose behind it, and we're just getting to the point where the gold lead is just working out in TAS's favor. That they're going to come into the fights where it actually matters around these objectives, just stronger because of it. So as long as we don't do that thing that we just did with Graves, where we go behind their tower for the purpose of autoing a Malphite, which I don't know exactly what the thought was there, and then get reversed on, we should be fine.
Absolutely. It looks like as Mountain Drake is going to come up in 50 seconds, red team is going to set up some vision around it. Galio a little bit deeper in vision, as he is going to get TP'd on. This is by the Malphite with ulti up. He's just going to walk right down. See to maybe catch out this Jinx. You're a little lost, Jinx. I don't think you're getting out of this one. That's going to be 4 members of Team Pentakill Teemo, please, to easily take down that Jinx.
Wow.
Uh-oh. That's not what you want to see 20 seconds before Dragon.
Yeah, definitely. It's just horribly sad. Just as soon as Go realizes what's going on, oh, they're not actually after Onbo. I'm going to die here.
Oh, good flash knockup from the Kayn. Is going to flash out of the hook, though. No response for that just yet. It is going to be back to neutral, as Syndra is going to get knocked out by the Malphite ult. You're going to have to pop the Zhonya's, but I don't think that's enough. She is going to go down as well. We got Yoni pumping out as much damage as he can in response. Is going to jump forward, is going to take down the Malphite. Kiting away the Kayn, does dodge the W, and will actually force Thresh's flash out. He's going to get out alive. The lifesteal barely hanging on with that ignite.
No, Vanal, don't do it. It's not worth it.
It's going to be a Felios dropping the ultimate. Is going to nick the Galio ever so slightly. Not going to go forward. Is going to jump the heal and take the Lantern out. Jinx is also back online, looking to push this wave. What could have been Blue's freest dragon I've ever seen is, oh my god, Orianna is going to get jumped on by the Camille, taking 2 towers in the top lane and a kill for herself. So much action is happening. But what would have been a free dragon for Pentakill Teemo, please, they turned it into a fight mid and ended up losing that to Graves. Absolutely 1v3ing that. almost perfectly, as he barely lives through the lifesteal of the Ignite. It is going to be ultimately the Mountain Drake going to the side of Team Azareth as Kane does get taunted out. Is not going to be enough to go for a steal. He's going to take half his health and walk away with his tail between his legs.
All right, things are coming together for TAS. For undescribable reasons, that Graves was just doing phenomenal damage, was honestly just kiting and just broke poor Thresh's ankles right off as he danced around him. And then just even better, looks like we're on Soul Point, and maybe we're gonna let him out. Okay, we're gonna let him out. We're gonna go ahead and escort Shelly down here. We got our first turret. Maybe do we want to go for 2? No, we're gonna let him have that.
All right, that's going to be all of that, as Thresh is just going to be deleted for even existing in his own jungle. That is a lot. And is Shelly going to get one final charge off of this? Let's see. She will not. She will be smited away. Rest in peace, Shelly. We'll see you We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, that mid-animation, I thought they were going to get it. I really did. I really did.
Good smite off from the Kane is going to stop the bottom tower from getting damaged any further than it needed to be. Top lane is completely open. Top lane has no more protection. Camille is getting wards in here. Camille is clearing wards in here. The shockwave onto the Syndra is going to leave her very low. Syndra a little too far for her own comfort. And Malphite actually going to have his have his try at the 1v1 with the ultimate duelist in the top lane. Camille is going to take the rock down with massive amounts of true damage, get half of the damage of the inhibitor tower out. That is going to be Thresh chasing her away. Camille, this is her top lane. This is no one else's top lane right now.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like Camille is just unamused right now. Anyone that comes up there just gets 1v1. It's not even close. So what I imagine the right play to do, I don't know if we'll do.
It's a good route coming out from the Aphelios. Isn't going to start off anything as the smoke screen coming out from Graves. Kane off to the side, looking to maybe a good Shirelius from the Thresh is going to be enough to, field goal the hook. That's going to be 3 points for the Thresh, and a Galio ulti onto his own Jinx to hopefully ward them off of her. Good peel from the Galio is going to give Jinx exactly the amount of utility she needed to get this damage off in this fight. A good tank for the hook as well, and that's going to be Malphite jumping on the Jinx, flashing on her as well. She's walking back to her team. Good positioning from the Jinx. She's going to get out alive. The Malphite almost took her down. That was very close. As in the top lane, it is going to be Graves giving a shutdown over to Orianna, and it is going to be Camille taking her time in the bot lane. Actually, very well played from the red side. Despite losing the Graves, Camille causing a lot of pressure in the bot lane, taking a bottom tier 2 and half of the tier 3 as well, and winning a team fight in the mid lane by very good positioning and peel from Team Azareth. And she's actually going to take that inhibitor tower and look to fight as Aphelios loses half of his HP and is going to take a little bit of damage for it, is going to get hooked in. Is this going to be Camille going down? She's going to ulti onto the Aphelios. Aphelios almost going down, but that's going to be 1,000 gold in his pocket. That's exactly what Aphelios needs to get back into this game. Camille spending a little bit too much time into the base as she does take the inhibitor tower, but does lose 1,000 gold for it. Still worth 550 as well. And he is going to get knocked up. Galio is not going to be able to get out of this one too unscathed as the hook does go wide. Unfortunate, as it is going to be Team Azareth making it out with a bunch of towers and a good team fight.
Ooh, do you need me here? I don't know if you need me here at all, honestly.
Oh, I need you here.
Oh, yeah, okay. Honestly, I feel like what happened there was K1ZZ is just getting bored. Like, he's making the right plays. These giant fights are happening between mid, top, and bottom. And then he's like, all right, I guess you guys can do that, and I'll do the thing, and I'll push the towers, fine. And then he's finally like, you know what? I'm out of my mind bored. I'm going to force something. And it didn't need to happen, but I see why it happened. And just now we're getting to the point, again, where the team fights are happening. And honestly, I don't know this much that, PTP can do. I really like what they're doing. They're getting these catches from teammates that are just staying too long by themselves. And I feel like later in the series, it's going to be a lot more punished, so they need to clean that up. But we're getting to the point where objectives are on the board. They're our main priority, especially with it coming onto Soul's Point for this side of Team TAS. And then, Baron is up, and I think at this point, it could literally just end the game, especially with the way that Gua is scaling up. He's got 2, almost on his 3rd item.
Ooh,
I didn't even
Aphelios out of position with no flash. Let's see how this one plays out as he does push up the mid wave. Is going to play with his team that's in the jungle, but is not respecting the Galio and the Jinx. Is going to misposition himself. He is going to get caught out. He's going to get taunted and one shot. Uh-oh, that's not what you want to see coming from your AD carry.
Okay.
Right before Dragon 2, I've seen this before.
Yeah, this is literally a repeat, so it's definitely sold for them. Now, the interesting thing, I'm not sure from the way that we've seen it, is if they're going to go for Baron. They absolutely can. If they wanted to secure that, or if they want, they can just go ahead and start sieging. Camille is almost unkillable.
Camille is in the fray right now, 1v4, as he has the team behind him, but is it going to be enough to get a kill? He is going to one-shot the Kayn and ulti onto the Orianna, force the Zhonya's out of her. Is she going to get out alive? She will, as Thresh barely scraping himself out of that. He will go down as well. And that is going to be a huge fight for them as they are taking control of their base, looking to take this in here. And yes, as we saw before, the armor and magic resistance you do get is going to be 6% each. And it is going to be another fight going on as Malphite, looking like the tank he is actually going to get shredded. And Aphelios himself is going to be running away from the Camille. Just hookshotted herself onto him. Good flash is coming out, and a good Akka from the Galio is going to be enough. Is that going to be the wrap-up for the game? Ladies and gentlemen, Camille is doing a lot of damage here with the Graves, and the Kayn on spawn is going to be taken out. Hook flayed into the base. He's going to be Thresh with the double kill. Thresh looking to save this game if he could. Down to the Nexus. Can they finish this game before Thresh kills them all? And that is going to be the Zhonya bait from the Syndra, and that it will be the end of the game. Team Azereth dominating this match and proving why they want to win this tournament.
Oof. Congratulations to Team TAS getting their victory today. That was, I mean, as far as like the first part, I literally was just talking about them setting up for an objective, and they literally got that and then just won the game. And I don't know if that was just more of a like misstep, you know, funneling in one or two at a time outside of PTP, but being able to take advantage of those is just clean. And like just watching, you know, all right, let's take this, let's get this kill, let's get this inhibitor. They're still sticking around. Let's take this kill. Let's win the game. Goo is over there just bulldozing towers over with that minigun. It's just, whew, it was good. It was good. I liked it.
As you can see, this Camille definitely showed up today. 21k damage coming out from her.
Yeah, at one point, like you said, 1v4ing, had like 1,000 gold bounty, literally just took tower after tower, winning at almost 9 out of 10 1v1s on repeat. That is really phenomenal in the way, if this is the way you want to play the game, and this crazy chaotic solo queue style, then that's phenomenal, because she's getting the gold, she's giving your team support, and then at the end shows up for a team fight and you just clean up the game.
Very well executed from Team Azereth as they do secure their first win of the Heroic League. Congratulations to them on a very well played game to top off the end of the night. Now, that is going to wrap it up for the games of tonight. Thank you guys so much for coming out, but don't go anywhere. We will have the lounge after just a short break, hosted by your very own Sherigan. Don't go anywhere, everybody. We'll be right back. Don't touch that browser.
Welcome, folks. I am here with the victorious Anbo from Team Azorth in their victory in this final game of the day. Thank you for joining me. I was just curious, right out the gate, you got the Galio first pick in the draft. You used it to great
Yes.
effect. What was the plan there?
So the Galio pick was a flex pick. So we're trying to pick the Galio first to confuse like the enemy, so they won't know where's the Galio gonna be. So we will wait for their response, and then we will decide where the Galio gonna be.
Yeah, I mean,
So that was just a confident Galio pick. Yeah.
you just knew that if you anywhere you put it, it was gonna be fine.
Yes. We're confident about the Galio.
Right on. Well, going past that, so you come into the game or against PTP, someone you'd played against the previous season. What did you feel about going into this matchup?
So going to this matchup, we know we're gonna win for sure because we won PTP like 2-0 last season in playoff. Yeah, this is gonna be easy game for us. That's we didn't have any plan. Just the Galio first pick, that's all. And then the other pick, it's just comfort pick. GG.
I love the confidence, especially you talked about Camille being a comfort pick in top. I mean, you pulled out the Graves in the last pick jungle even. Crazy enough, and then I mean, he absolutely smurfed on the Graves there. So yeah, that leads me into it. I thought when we were talking in the break that I felt like the game was won when you got the double kill on bottom, but you seem to talk about it from the top lane. So talk about that. You felt that like the game was won on the top lane dive. Where did you think about where you guys really had taken control?
We have already taken control of the game when Yoni was like got the early 2 double kill, the double kill on top where like the Malphite and King, they were low. And when Yoni's already like got the lead earlier, we know we're gonna win this game for sure. Yes.
Yeah, he did a really good job of just moving around the map and when you take all that, when you get all those kills and you get all that gold on yourself as a jungler, like being able to move that advantage into your lanes, I felt like he did an absolute amazing job of making that lead felt all around the map.
And one more thing, I want to add one more thing.
Yeah, please.
Like, we know we're gonna win for sure when we see a Thresh and a Philios. Because that bot lane, we know. My Galio is like a god, Thresh I don't want to say this word, but it's like it's like I don't know if it's appropriate to say on stream now.
I think we can all infer how your feelings on it if you can't verbalize it on.
When I know I got the Galio versus the Thresh, I know the bot lane gonna win for sure. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, and to your point, I mean, you have the stats to back it up. I mean, you absolutely smurfed in that game, and your ultimates were just gigantic in that game. Well, Anbo, thank you for coming in for an interview. We really appreciate you coming on. Is there any final words that you want to get out before we go to the break?
Yes. Since you know like the new season of the League of Legends, since the item change.
Yeah. What about it?
Yeah. So we took a break from League, and then we came back when this tournament started, and we got 2 lost last week. That's mean like we kind of trash right now, but I'm still have a confidence that we will cut all of your head off. We're gonna make it to grand finals again.
There it is. That's the gauntlet has been thrown down. Well, thanks again for joining us for an interview, folks. We're gonna be right back very soon with our FOF lounge. So don't touch that browser. We'll be right back with our lounge.